Manchester United have pulled out of the race to sign Alex Scott, and in the same breath, a fresh name has emerged that could change the shape of their entire midfield rebuild. Reports now confirm that Real Madrid are prepared to let Aurélien Tchouaméni leave the Bernabeu, while Manchester United have already registered interest in Botafogo's Danilo as a backup option. 3 storylines, 1 summer window, and all of them point toward the same conclusion. Manchester United are not done shaping their midfield. Manchester United have been priced out of a move for Bournemouth midfielder Alex Scott. United valued the 22-year-old at around £40 million, a figure based on the fact that he has yet to win his first senior England cap and has never played in the Champions League. Bournemouth, however, are holding out for more than £70 million for the player, a valuation reinforced by their rejection of a £64 million bid from Chelsea earlier this week. Faced with that gap, United have decided not to enter a bidding war and will instead explore alternative options for their third midfield signing. If you're new here, this is exactly the kind of transfer breakdown we bring you every single day. Welcome to Final Whiz, your source for fast, accurate Manchester United transfer news. If you want to stay ahead of every twist in this window, hit that subscribe button right now, tap like on this video, and drop a comment telling us which midfielder you want to see at Old Trafford this summer. It genuinely helps this channel grow, and we read every single comment. Scott's situation is not straightforward either. Reports indicate that his representatives have held talks with several clubs, with a decision on his future expected within the next fortnight. Scott is said to favour a move to Arsenal, though there are concerns over how much game time he would receive under manager Mikel Arteta. The 22-year-old was instrumental in helping Bournemouth secure European football last season, and was named in Thomas Tuchel's England squad for fixtures against Serbia and Albania, though he did not feature in either match. He later joined Tuchel's squad for their World Cup preparation camp in Florida. United's decision not to pursue Scott is also shaped by their midfield business already completed this summer. The club has signed Youri Tielemans and Andre Santos for a combined £85 million, adding 2 players with established Premier League experience. There is also the factor of Kobbie Mainoo, who had a strong second half of last season under Michael Carrick after being sidelined by former manager Ruben Amorim. Mainoo went on to make England's World Cup squad, though he did not play in the tournament. With Mainoo established as a first-team starter and captain Bruno Fernandes guaranteed his place as the number 10, only one additional midfield spot remains open. United are reluctant to commit £70 million or more to a player who may not start regularly. With Scott off the table, attention has shifted to Danilo, a 25-year-old midfielder currently at Brazilian club Botafogo. According to BBC Sport, United have registered their interest in the player, who was previously watched by Newcastle earlier in the summer. Danilo made 4 appearances at the World Cup, all as a substitute, as part of Carlo Ancelotti's squad. Botafogo have already received 2 offers in the region of £25 million, one from Brazilian rivals Palmeiras and another from Russian club Zenit St. Petersburg. Palmeiras, where Danilo made his name over 3 seasons, are reportedly pushing hardest to complete a deal, though Botafogo would prefer to sell him abroad, having paid £21.70 million to sign him from Nottingham Forest a year ago. Danilo spent 2.5 years at Forest, making 62 appearances across all competitions. His 3rd season at the City ground was disrupted by a serious ankle injury. Speaking to FIFA's official website before the World Cup, Danilo said, "It was really tough at first, but with time it got easier. I started to understand things differently. I matured a lot. I became stronger and learned to think more positively every day. After that injury, I developed this mindset, Botafogo currently sit 10th in the Brazilian top flight, with 7 wins, 4 draws, and 7 defeats from 18 games. Danilo has scored 7 league goals this season, along with 3 more in cup competitions. Now to the story that could define Manchester United's entire summer. Real Madrid are reportedly open to selling Aurélien Tchouaméni, a significant boost to United's long-standing interest in the player. Tchouameni, 26, has just returned from helping France reach the semi-finals of the World Cup under manager Didier Deschamps. Despite his tournament performances, his club future was a constant talking point throughout the competition. Real Madrid manager José Mourinho had initially planned to keep Tchouameni at the Bernabeu this summer, but according to The Sun, the club is now prepared to let him leave for the right price. The context behind this shift centers on Real Madrid's pursuit of Manchester City midfielder Rodri. The La Liga giants may need to raise funds to complete a deal for the Spanish international, and United's interest in Tchouameni is reported to have intensified since the World Cup ended. Tchouameni is under contract until 2028. Though Spanish reports earlier this month suggested he and Real Madrid had agreed a new 5-year deal, a claim that has not been officially confirmed by the club. United's interest in a specialist defensive midfielder has grown more urgent following news that Manuel Ugarte is expected to miss most of the season due to a serious knee injury. Tchouameni's profile appeals directly to United's recruitment criteria. He started the 2022 World Cup final, won the Champions League in 2024, and fits the club's preferred signing age range of 22 to 26. If Real Madrid pursue Rodri, it would represent a secondary blow to Manchester City, losing one of their best players to a direct rival's transfer business, though Real Madrid could also choose to wait until Rodri's contract expires next summer and sign him on a free transfer. Not everyone at the Bernabeu wants to see Tchouameni leave. Former Real Madrid midfielder and French compatriot Claude Makelele has urged the club's hierarchy not to sell him. Speaking to DAZN, Makelele said, "He was the only player who performed consistently from start to finish. Mourinho isn't a fool. He's a good manager, one of the best managers. He knows he's going to need a strong squad to be able to win La Liga." Beyond Tchouameni, United's midfield search remains broader than a single name. According to the Manchester Evening News, the club is working from a long list of potential midfield targets after analysing players across the continent. There is a sense within the club that pressure has eased following the signings of Santos and Tielemans, giving United time to properly assess the market. That patience also allows clarity to develop around Tchouameni's situation, since Real Madrid's pursuit of Rodri could push either Tchouameni or Eduardo Camavinga toward the exit. United have run background checks on both players but would reportedly prefer to sign Tchouameni. Other names remain under consideration. Manu Cohn, 25, of AS Roma has been mentioned as an option, having capitalized on increased midfield exposure after Tchouameni started only half of France's World Cup matches. Fulham's 28-year-old Norwegian international Sander Berge also remains on United's radar. The club has additionally been linked with a return for Brighton's Carlos Baleba, who was a leading target a year ago before Brighton placed a £100 million valuation on him. United are not prepared to pay that fee this summer and have not been in contact with Brighton during the current window, though they remain admirers of the Cameroonian international. Elsewhere, Manchester City have completed the £116 million signing of England midfielder Elliot Anderson from Nottingham Forest, and the player has been candid about why he chose City over United. Speaking after his move, Anderson said, "I think they're winners. They're relentless. And that's the sort of team I want to be a part of. Champions and people who win trophies. Over the last 10, 12 years, They've dominated. So that's why I wanted to join. For as long as I've known Manchester, City have been the kings of Manchester. Anderson also addressed the scale of the move, stating, "As soon as I knew they wanted me, I was absolutely determined to make this move happen. As a footballer, you want to test yourself at the highest level. Being at City means I have that opportunity." The 23-year-old's rise has been rapid, progressing from a loan spell at Bristol Rovers to becoming Britain's most expensive footballer in the space of 4 seasons. Squad changes have also been significant since United last faced Rosenborg 2 years ago. 6 of the 11 players who started that match have since left the club or retired, while 2 more could yet depart before this window closes. Goalkeeper Radek Vitek remains the only player from that back 5 still on United's books, though he has acknowledged interest from other clubs, saying, "At the moment, I am still here. But we will see. I hope so. I hope there will be some interest. I think you will know when things are more concrete." Elsewhere, Casemiro has since departed for Inter Miami. Hannibal Mejbri completed a permanent move to Burnley, and Marcus Rashford's future remains undecided after Barcelona opted against triggering his buy option following a loan spell there. That covers today's Manchester United transfer developments. Alex Scott is off the table. Danilo stands as a genuine alternative, and Aurélien Tchouaméni now represents the most significant midfield opportunity of the summer. Which of these players would you most want to see at Old Trafford? Tchouaméni, Danilo, Manu Kone, or someone else entirely? Type your prediction in the comments below. And if this breakdown kept you properly informed, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Final Whiz, and turn on notifications so you catch every update the moment it breaks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.